Hello.
Hi,
Hi, Gloria. How are you?
I am good.
It's been a couple months
Yeah,
since,
since we talked.
and I'm back here today
Yes.
to just do a follow up.
Nice. Thank you.
How is business?
Business is well. It's the how do you call it? Season for
Mm-hmm.
wedding, so it's kind of busy right now.
I'm not sure if anyone has asked you before, but as an immigrant, as the African diaspora, people wonder how is she able to access other markets. The general belief is that as immigrants or the African diaspora, we can only do business among ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
When I see some of your posts on Facebook, it looks like you have done it all. It's not just African events, it's not just African weddings, but it's the melting pot.
Yes.
How are you able to pull that together?
I've had a couple of my friend and a couple people who have asked me that question too. I think it's just a lot of work. I'd say it's easier to have business from those that because they know you, they love you, they want you to grow sometimes, so it's just easier to be in that zone. Then when you start, this is why I say to a lot of people, when it's new, you can use your friend and they help you, and with their work at least you have some proof of your work that you can show to the world. Because when I meet those who are maybe white from Middle East, Mexican and stuff, they meet you and they ask a lot of questions, or they don't know you, so you have to be ready. So what I do, I would go online and look up, like my first quinceanera. I went online and I looked what exactly will they need from me when I do that quinceanera. So, that when I show up, I will know what to say. And of course, the more you do it, the more they know you and the easier it gets, because they have had their friends who have used you already. So, they know a little bit of your work. But I think a lot of mistake that a lot of our folks make is that everybody try to sell us something that only black folks can use. So a lot of people make clothing, and they don't make it for everybody. They just make it like we make it back home, and they only market it to us. So even if you want to make clothes that we make back home, you still have to make it in a way that it can be worn by everybody, even if you're white, Mexican and stuff like that. And you have to be willing to meet, like me, every time I do events, instead of me just doing the event and leaving, I will hang around and we will laugh with the owners. I'll talk with the owners, joke around and do things like that, and I leave them with my card and they send me clients all the time. And I post a lot online. So I used to post and like nobody will say anything about my post, nobody will message me back about my post. And the more you do it, the more they see you, the more they have your name probably in mind, even though they will be like, I'm not gonna buy from her, but they still have your name in mind somehow. So one day, somebody might just pop up. But I think it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because it is like so much easier to get those who you already know. You don't even have to say anything, you don't have to talk, you don't have to present them with a quote or anything. You just say to them with your price. And I think it's the way that we do business back home. Back home, a lot of people just have a shop and they sit there and they wait for their client to walk in or to do business. But here you have to go look for people. And when they make a post that they need something right away, you go to their messenger or whatever. Even if they come and they say I don't think I need this, I don't think I have money for it, I still message them the next day. Okay, what if we do this instead of the whole thing? Okay, and they be like, I still don't want it. I wait a few more days. Like, okay, do you still need something? And one of the main thing is, they say no. I just try to friend them, and then they will be able to see my work. Every time I post stuff, they see it, and then one day they might be back, be like, you know what, I have seen your work and things like that.
Creation, it seems like it's a very saturated market. How are you able to get clients on a regular basis? What's different about the services and the product that you offer?
I know a lot of people who do what I do, and even when I started, one of my friends, she's into planning, and when I started, we were having a conversation, and I was telling her that my goal is in 2 years I want to leave my job and do this full time. She was like, do this full time? There's a lot of people who are doing this, and is most of them do as a hobby. I came across another lady. She does event too, and we did an event, together. And she was telling me that, hey, I am actually booked until November, and it was May. So it just clicked to my mind, she's booked until November. So like this means that there's money to be making this business. I know for sure that I have some things, or I do some things that is not being done here. Like when I got married, I was looking for the chairs for my wedding, and I couldn't find it anywhere in this town. So a few years later, when I got into the business, I was still looking for it, and I just went and bought it. It was a lot of money, but I was like, I'm sure someone need this chair. So I got it. So when you come here, I have the love seat, I have the chair, I have the heart and all that. So I give my clients choices. So I give them choices. Minnesota or New York, when they have the bling and all that. Here is more like woody, rustic, plain, and things like that. I like a lot of bling, and I'm sure there are a lot of us who do, but then we don't have a lot of decorator here who do it. So I start to invest in those bling stuff, in those big vases and things like that. So I think a lot of people come to me for that. And one of the things that I think also is that I always give the one-on-one. That's why I have a shop. So I want you to come, and I want you to brag about your wedding, whatever dreams you have about your big day. If you want it to be crazy, whatever it is, I want you to be free and brag about it. If I can have some drinks here, I'll have it for brides to come and hang out. Maybe in the future, have some drink, we can hang out and talk. But I think those are one of the things. Just when I usually go above and beyond for my clients. Like we have birthday on this Saturday, so the lady was looking for the numbers 3 and 0 for her husband birthday. So she booked me last weekend. I don't have those numbers. I have some other numbers. So it normally take about a month and a half to get those numbers in. But she really wanted those numbers for her. So I was like, okay, see what I can do. So I called the lady who make the numbers for me. Like, I have this birthday where if I don't have these numbers, I'm probably going to lose my business. Please get those numbers to me. And I got those numbers yesterday. They came in yesterday. So I always try my best to go above and, beyond for my customers. So I think that might be one of the things. So I don't know what else, but, those are the things that I believe that make us get a lot of, business.
And you mentioned the bling blings. I know those are the things that, culturally, and also it's more ethnic stuff. Africans,
yes, Middle East. We
Indian,
have so many things in common, actually, with their wedding. So every time I meet with them, it's always exciting to learn about their weddings, what they do, and things like that. Always exciting. Whatever you need, we will make it happen. So so whatever you need, we will go, find it, whatever it is, and bring it to your wedding.
So ever since you opened the showroom, how did that impact your business?
I think it has been great because I used to do the business from my home, and it started from my home. basement. We have a shed, outside. It was full in a couple months. Garage, I started to put my car outside and put stuff in my garage. And then it got to the point where I went and I rented storage for my stuff. But then I will meet, so I turn our guest room in the basement into like a meeting room. So I'll have them come and we'll go to the basement and meet them. It was fine, but then I started to think, because I have so many things that, they don't see or, they don't know about. And I don't think a lot of them want to come to my house either. So I just took that jump. It was a lot of money, a lot of risk. And you might think, it's not really worth it. Like, it's just for this. Why are you getting a shop for just this crafting and stuff? But I think it has been worth.
That's good.
It has been the best thing ever, because almost everybody who walks in here, they book. I would say like 95% of people who walk in, as long as I can get them to walk in here, when they walk in, they book something, even if it's not all that they wanted.
That's amazing, because I oftentimes encourage our people, our community, to get out of their basement, out of their home, and have a shop. That will give them a lot of visibility. So I'm glad that you're sharing this experience with us. Any last words?
Believe in your dream. Even when I was going to get, this place, I had a lot of friends who really love me and they care about me. It's not that they are hating or something. They just care about me, and they think it's the wrong move just to put, because when you're here, you have to pay for the rent, you have to pay for water, electricity, and all that, so they was like, Gloria, you already have like bookings almost every week. Why are you trying to waste money on this place? But I was just like, you know what, it's okay. You don't have, like, nobody has to be on board. And at first it was hard for me, because it hurt me that I was close to these people and they were not seeing my dream, or they were not helping. But really, you don't really have to expect them, because most of them just really love you and they care about you, and they don't want you to waste your money into something. They don't want you to lose your plan or whatever. So most of them really come from a place of love. Because I used to be really mad, because I would be up at night working and he would be sleeping, or he would be watching TV while I'm working until 2. He was watching like a show or something until 2 while I'm working. He can come and help, but he thinks like, why is she doing all that for, how much? That's when I was doing events for like little to nothing. That's when I was putting all my money into it. But I just felt like you don't need to have a fight with, anybody about your business, because it's really your business. It's not theirs. And you can't really blame them, because it's not their dream. And there are a lot of people who have a business, who, had a business that, it didn't go well. So they are just right to think that. But I think it took me a second too, because I used to really be pissed about my husband. So that's why I just say that you don't need anybody on board. You just need you. And it's not easy. You need, even your mom, your friend. It's not that they are against you, really, because I used to really be mad at, like, I used to think like, why would you just see what I'm seeing? But you just need you. Because I know some women who say, I don't want to lose my husband because of this business, so I'm going to leave the business and just be cool with my husband and kids. But no, you just do you. Even if you have to, instead of you being free and doing some stuff in your free time, just do your business and be with them when you are free, instead of, so it's just you. So
all right, thank you so much for sharing your experience and those advice with us. I really appreciate it. It's an issue in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for coming by.
And we will have you back again to see how things are progressing.
Thank you.
Thank you
for what you're doing too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.